Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Nama Japan. Today I'm gonna talk a little bit about Roppongi, why people hate on it, and why it's not as bad as you might think or might let you believe when you read about Roppongi on the internet. So let's first talk about what Roppongi is and where you can find it. Roppongi is kind of the center of Minato, which is itself kind of the center of Tokyo. So it's actually surrounded by Yamanote Line, and I don't think there's any stop by Yamanote Line actually in Minato. So if you just use the Yamanote Line, you will never end up in Minato. You actually have to mostly use metro lines. I think there are also a couple of JR lines that go to Minato, but that's not important. What's more important is Roppongi is kind of a daytime business center. There's a lot of banking, there's a lot of embassies around here. There's really awesome office towers, as you can see in the back. That is actually Mori Tower in the center of Roppongi Hills. And during nighttime, Roppongi turns into a, let's say, party and red light district. I think it's maybe together with Kabukicho, the only place that has actually some kind of trouble warning here in Japan. So together with that, yeah. So that's, I think, from the night part is actually where the bad reputation comes from. So if you read a little bit about Roppongi on the internet, you will be led to believe that it's a place that you should never go to. If you go there, you're stupid, you'll get robbed, you get harassed, you will get tempted to go into striptease bars where they try to steal all your money, where they try to scam you, where you get approached by drug dealers on the streets. And to be honest, there's a little bit of truth to all of those things. First of all, let me start with the whole experience of walking around in Roppongi at night. So when you walk like evening hours, night hours through Roppongi, you will notice a lot of let's say non-Japanese guys hanging out in the streets and waiting for mostly foreigners to pass by, so they can approach them and offer them various services. Those services range from strip bars to well, places where you can more than just a striptease. You also will get offered drugs. Some of those guys can be really persistent, so they follow you around for a couple of seconds, up to a minute or two maybe, if they think they might get you to take up their offer and follow them into one of the bars, to one of the clubs or whatever. Mostly if you follow them, they'll just bring you into a bar where you can, they just make an offer package for you. Sometimes they will lead you to strip clubs, strip bars, and I guess a couple of them will lead you into scam places. The other thing that you will encounter is women. I would say mostly non-Japanese women. A lot of them are Chinese, from what I could hear, just from passing and hearing them speak among each other. They're offering their services under the cover of offering massage, and I guess you will get massaged, but you will probably be massaged in all your private regions as well, and I'm sure you can pay extra for extra services. So this is all really out in the open. This is no secret here, and I also think it's not illegal actually, at least the massage services. So the other part where police is trying to make their way. Is it the police? The other like bad reputation part comes actually from foreigners. I mean, you see a lot of foreigners walking around Roppongi. Oh, it's actually not the police, it's the kyukyusha, how we say here. What does it call it? Hospital wagon thingy, whatever. So the other thing, the other bad reputation that Roppongi has comes from, that you have a lot of foreigners living and working around Roppongi and coming here to have a good time. So this brings all the, let's say, usual nighttime issues with it that you have, like, for example, in Europe, in America, in Canada, whatever. So it has a little bit different vibe than maybe Shibuya or lots of other places where mainly, I would say, like 98% Japanese people go out. So you have a little bit more aggressive vibe. You have, of course, with that, you have Japanese people that want to talk, that want to approach foreigners. You will get girls that they call gaijin-hunters that are explicitly searching for an adventure with a foreigner. And, you know, this all brings a kind of reputation with it. So if you are a foreigner and you're going out in Roppongi, you're seen as, well, mostly by most Japanese, not Japanese, let's say internet citizens, as a guy who's out for, who's just searching for girls, who's searching for an easy pickup or whatever. So I think this is reflected in a lot of the clubs and bars. If you go there, they have a kind of like a relatively aggressive pickup vibe to it, and they are well-known clubs for, let's say, picking up girls, especially as a foreigner, especially as a Western foreigner. Let me add that. So this is where the bad reputation all comes from. But let me tell you why I think Roppongi is actually a great place if you do not really care about all the other stuff. So first of all, Roppongi has amazing shopping malls. I mean, this one alone that you can see over here is one of the greatest malls, I think, Roppongi Hills. You have a lot of really nice shops there. It's luxurious, yes, but you can find stuff that you cannot easily find anywhere else. Plus, in the back, I don't think you can see it, you also have Tokyo Midtown, which is another really nice shopping mall. And you have some more shopping areas around here, which are quite awesome. Then you have really, really nice clubs and bars that offer something that you cannot find anywhere else, and that is like high class and variety. And I mean, of course, you can find similar stuff somewhere else, but here it's really densely packed. And in addition to that, you can find a lot of really, really nice restaurants here. Of course, most of them are not like in the lower price segment, and which is something that is already something bad for a lot of people. But if you have some money to spare and you want to try something really nice and something really good, or foreign food, there's a lot of really good, for example, Italian food places. There's a couple of Brazilian churrascarias, which are quite awesome. Then you can basically find everything here, and everything is then like easy walking distance from Roppongi Station. So yeah, that is, I mean, that's just my opinion. If you can ignore all the bad things, all the bad stuff that's happening in Roppongi, I don't know if it's bad for you, if it's actually attracting. You have to decide for yourself. And just to well, dispel this notion that that you will get robbed, or like that is actually a dangerous place. Trust me, it's not. It's physically, like very physical. You will not get physically harmed there, never. The only thing that could get harmed is actually your wallet. If you get, well, tricked into one of those scam bars. But usually if you are not super drunk or super naive, you will easily figure out when you're getting scammed. So actually it's worth reading some stories about Roppongi, but please don't believe it's a no-go area that you should never go to. You can have a lot of fun there, you can have a good night there. There's lots of things to see. There's another thing I forgot is there's basically every day, every time, at any given moment in the year, there's something going on in Roppongi. There's always some event going on, especially if you walk behind Midtown. They have always some kind of exhibition, something's going on in that garden they have there. And also Roppongi has one of my favorite rooftop bars. It's actually in a hidden building. I mean, in a building that looks like a normal apartment building, and there's no sign, no clue for you that there's actually a bar with a rooftop. Anyway, I think I'll stop here. I'll actually go and try the winter edition, the winter draft of the malts of Suntory now. I'm not gonna, I might do a little product test video about this one and some other winter flavors that they have right now. Cheers. But yeah, I'll do that in a separate video. So this is my take on Roppongi. If you like my videos, click like, subscribe down below. Watch my other videos. If you don't like them, that's your choice, man. Yeah, so I think I have nothing else to add. So thanks for watching, and see you in my next video.